Europe's waterways, a lifeline. What are rivers? Rivers are large, natural streams of water. They flow in channels. These channels are like paths on the land. Rivers always flow downwards. Gravity pulls the water along its course. They usually flow towards an ocean, a sea, or a large lake. Rivers are very important for our Earth. Europe is a continent with many famous rivers. These rivers have shaped its history significantly. We will explore some of them in this essay. Learning about these flowing waters is truly fascinating for everyone. They are dynamic features of our landscape. Rivers are vital for life across Europe. They provide us with essential fresh water. We use this water for drinking and for our homes. Farmers depend on river water for their crops to grow. Without it, farming would be very difficult in many areas. Plants and animals living near rivers need them too. Rivers also help people travel between places. For centuries, boats have moved goods and people on rivers. They were the first major highways for trade and exploration. Many ancient settlements grew beside these water sources. Europe is home to many well-known and historic rivers. Each river has its own unique story to tell. Their stories begin in one place, often high in the mountains. Then they travel and end their journey in another, larger body of water. They pass through different towns, bustling cities, and quiet countryside. Some European rivers are incredibly long, stretching for thousands of kilometers. Others might be shorter, but are still very important to their regions. These rivers connect many diverse parts of Europe. They act as natural links between cultures and economies. Imagine for a moment a Europe without its majestic rivers. It would undoubtedly be a very different continent. Vast areas of land might be much drier and less fertile. The beautiful green fields we see might not exist. Cities and towns might not be located where they are today. Transporting essential goods across the land would be much harder and slower. Rivers are powerful forces that shape the physical land. They also profoundly shape how people live and develop their societies. They are a true natural treasure for the continent. We must always strive to protect and care for them. Where the great rivers begin, mountain springs and ancient lakes. Let us begin by exploring the Danube River. The Danube is one of Europe's most famous and second longest rivers. Its remarkable journey starts in the country of Germany. It begins in a beautiful hilly region. This region is widely known as the Black Forest. Here, small streams of clear water bubble up from the ground. Several of these little streams meet and join together. This merging of waters is how the mighty Danube River is born. It starts as a small current, but steadily grows in size and strength. Its source is a place of natural beauty. Now let's turn our attention to the Rhine River. The Rhine is another of Europe's great and historically significant rivers. Its story also begins high up in towering mountains. It starts its course in the majestic Swiss Alps. These are very tall and often snow-covered mountains located in Switzerland. During the warmer months of spring and summer, the snow on these mountains melts. This melting snow forms numerous little streams of cold, clear water. These streams then come together, combining their flow. They gradually create the powerful Rhine River, starting its long journey north. Next, we will discover the origins of the Volga River. The Volga holds the title of Europe's longest river. It is a hugely important waterway, especially for Russia. The Volga River starts its extensive journey in Russia. It begins in an area of gently rolling hills called the Valdai Hills. These hills are not nearly as tall or dramatic as the Alps. Water comes from under the ground in this region. These underground water sources are called springs. Small, tranquil lakes in the Valdai Hills also feed water into the young Volga. It has a surprisingly quiet and humble start for such a mighty river. So we can see a pattern here. Many of Europe's large and important rivers start in high places. Mountains like the Alps and upland hills like the Black Forest or Valdai Hills are often their birthplaces. Rainwater falling on these high areas helps them grow. Melting snow and ice also contribute a lot of water, especially in the spring. These initial water sources are incredibly important. From these often small and remote beginnings, great rivers begin to flow. They embark on their long and winding travels across the vast European landmass. It is an amazing part of nature's water cycle. Winding through Europe, a river's long journey. The Danube River does not stay within Germany's borders for long. It embarks on a very long and fascinating journey. It travels through a remarkable number of different countries. After leaving Germany, It flows generally towards the east. It visits Austria, passing its historic capital, Vienna. Then it flows through Slovakia and into Hungary. Its course continues through Croatia and then Serbia. It also touches the borders of Bulgaria and Romania. The Danube witnesses many diverse cultures and landscapes along its way. It passes by grand capital cities and peaceful small villages. It is a truly international river, a connector of nations. The Rhine River also follows a long and winding path. It starts its journey in the high mountains of Switzerland. From there it flows mainly in a northerly direction. For a significant part of its course, it forms a natural border. This important border is between Germany and France. After this, the Rhine River enters the Netherlands. The Rhine is a very busy river, full of activity. Many large ships and barges use it every day. They transport all sorts of goods from one place to another. It is extremely important for industry and trade in Western Europe. It connects major industrial areas to seaports. The Volga River's extensive journey takes place mostly within one vast country, Russia. It is an incredibly important river for the Russian nation. The river flows steadily south through the wide expanse of the country. It passes by large, dense forests. It also meanders through wide, flat and open areas of land called plains. Many of Russia's largest and oldest cities are built on the banks of the Volga. These cities have grown and thrived because of the river. The Volga is like the main artery or street of Russia. Russian people often refer to it fondly as Mother Volga due to its significance. These great European rivers move like tireless explorers across the continent. They twist and turn, following the contours of the land. They carve out their paths through various types of terrain. They see tall mountains and deep valleys. They flow past fertile farmlands and busy industrial zones. Along their routes, smaller rivers, which are called tributaries, join them. These tributaries add their water to the main river. This makes the main rivers grow much wider, deeper, and more powerful. Their journey is always changing, always dynamic. They carry not only water, but also the stories and histories of the lands they touch. Meeting the sea and lasting importance. Every river, no matter how long or mighty, has a final destination. Rivers flow until they meet an even bigger body of water. This meeting point is usually a vast sea or a boundless ocean. The long journey of the Danube River eventually comes to an end. It flows into the waters of the Black Sea. The Black Sea is a large inland sea located in southeastern Europe. Before the Danube actually meets the sea, it spreads out. It slows down and deposits the sediment it has carried. This process forms a large area of wetlands and small channels called a delta. The Danube Delta is rich in wildlife. The Rhine River also finds its way to the open sea after its long journey. It travels through several countries in Western Europe. Finally, it reaches the country of the Netherlands. From the Netherlands, the Rhine River flows out into the North Sea. The North Sea is a relatively cold and often stormy sea. It is an important part of the much larger Atlantic Ocean. The mouth of the Rhine River, where it meets the sea, is a very busy and economically vital area. It is home to some of Europe's largest and most important seaports, like Rotterdam. Many ships come and go daily. The Volga River, Europe's longest, has a particularly unique ending point. It does not flow into an ocean or a typical sea. Instead, the Volga River empties into the Caspian Sea. The Caspian Sea is a very interesting body of water. It is actually the largest inland body of water on the entire Earth. Although it is called a sea because of its size and salty water, it is technically a lake. The Volga River brings a huge amount of fresh water into the Caspian Sea. This freshwater input is very important for the Caspian Sea's unique ecosystem. It supports many types of fish and other wildlife. These great rivers are so incredibly important for the continent of Europe. They play a huge role in shaping the geography of the land. They carve valleys, build new land with deltas, and create natural water routes. For many centuries, they have also shaped human cultures. People have always chosen to build their towns and cities along riverbanks. They used the rivers for essential trade, for travel, and for agriculture. Countless works of art, music, and stories have been inspired by them. Europe's rivers are truly its lifelines. They connect the continent's past, its vibrant present, and its hopeful future.